Good morning. I have booked off today from work and I've booked off Monday from work. It's Friday. So I have a 4-day weekend today. What? Oh my god. I needed it. I think I was going mad. Today is a relaxing day. Reading. Not doing a lot. Hello, I am now dressed and ready for my day. Welcome to the start of my Queer Blackathon reading vlog. Whee! I'm really excited. If you don't know, the Queer Blackathon is hosted by Jessie from Bowties Books, along with Lauren from The Novel Lush, Francina Simone from Francina Simone, and the new co-host this time is Mayonna from Mayonna Reads, so I will link them all below and I highly recommend you check them out. The readathon is in honour of Tony McDade, and the aim is to read as many Black LGBTQ+ books throughout the 24 hours as you can. Along with their channels, you can also find donation links for Black and trans charities and other resources, petitions to sign and information. I highly recommend going and having a look and educating yourself when you don't quite know what something is. I spent the morning researching and just looking up what Juneteenth is because I'd heard of it the first time through Jessie, I think. Yeah, we definitely weren't taught about what Juneteenth is in a UK school anyway, so I found that really interesting to read up about, and I would highly recommend you do the same. I will leave a few of the things that I read below if you'd like to read them as well. So I thought I would start this reading vlog off by showing you what I'm picking between. Yeah, so I've got 2 audiobooks and 2 physical books. Yeah, I'm not going to read 4 books in 48 hours, but we'll see. Let's do the physical ones first. So the first book I've got here is Here Comes the Sun by Nicole Dennis Benn. I actually started this a few months back and it's really heavy and I wasn't in the mood for a very heavy book, so I paused it knowing I would come back to it, and now is the time. So I'm excited I'm going to just start again because I only got about 10 or 20 pages in. Nicole Dennis Benn is a queer Black author, and this is a queer Black story and it's set in Jamaica. From the reviews, I haven't read in-depth reviews, I don't want to spoil myself, but it really delves into very hard-hitting topics, and I believe it's narrated by a few different women, and it talks a lot about sexuality and having to trade sexuality for survival, along many other things. I'm both excited, but I think this one's going to be hard. Like, it's not a light fluffy read, but I'm excited and I think I'm going to read this one first. So yeah, that's the first one. And then the second book I've got is Pet by Akwaeke Emezi. Akwaeke Emezi is a Black non-binary author, and this involves a trans Black main character. I know that it's kind of also like magical and sci-fi. It's quite short, but I've heard that's not to be deceiving, and it packs a real punch. Yeah, and it has like sci-fi elements. It says about a monster on the back. I'm very excited. I'm meant to be doing a co-read of this with a few of my pals, which is why I might potentially not read it for this one for now. But I also might if I finish that book. I guess we'll see. I've heard really great things about Akwaeke Emezi's writing. They also wrote Freshwater and The Death of Vivek Oji, which is coming out this year, which I'm definitely going to buy if I enjoy their writing. So yeah, catch me planning to buy books from authors I've not even read yet, just because I theoretically think I'm going to like them, and I probably will like them. What a mood. So those are the 2 physical books I'm going to potentially read, and then I've got my script account up on the laptop here, which I'll show you, and also I'll probably just put a picture up on the screen because, so the next book from which I'm going to be listening to is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I've already started listening to this one. I'm on chapter 15, I believe, so I'm like a good chunk in and I'm loving it. It's so good. It's classic YA, but actually good. If that makes sense. Like, it's got a queer main character, and there's a blossoming sapphic romance, which I'm so here for. It talks about underlying racism and casual microaggressions within the school environment. I'm really, really loving reading this, and I'm excited to continue, so I will definitely, this is the first audiobook. I'm going to be reading that audiobook alongside Here Comes the Sun, I think, as we start. And then the second audiobook I've got to listen to, which is also on Scribd, is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. The audiobook of this one is narrated by George Johnson, which is just great. Love it when an audiobook is narrated by the author. And this one is actually like a memoir manifesto, and so it kind of documents in essay forms like his childhood and his experience growing up, and it kind of deconstructs masculinity and gender identity and what it's like to be a black queer teen growing up in New York within essays. So I'm super looking forward to listening to that one. And it's actually the MB Book Club Book of the Month, which Jessie hosts over on their Instagram. So yeah, I'll definitely be reading it this month if I don't get to it in this readathon. Yay! And so that's that. Now I think I'm gonna settle down and read. Maybe I'll listen to some audiobook. I don't know. We'll see. I guess you'll see when I've decided. Bye. I don't know how people manage to balance cameras so... It's not it. Stop moving. It's gonna have to do.
Getting me in here struggling to open my salsa dip.
Yee. Hello. I don't have a watch. I don't know what the time is. 4:30, something like that. So I just wanted to update you on how I was doing with Here Comes the Sun. I'm 46 pages in. I'm really, really liking it. The conversations it's opening and having are just really, really raw and good and important to have. It's hard to read. This is not a light book, and I would definitely recommend looking up trigger warnings for this book if you're going to read it. It's spoken about sex work, it's spoken about skin lightening. It's basically narrated by the women in this family. So we've got Margot, who is the older sister, Tandy, who is the younger sister, and she's like at school age, and then Dolores, who's the mum who works at this market. And then that also in turn dives into like the tourism industry in Jamaica already, and I'm only 46 pages in. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm gonna settle down with some tea now and read a bit more. I'm FaceTiming my friend Natalia at 6, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more first. Before I do, I wanted to quickly tell you, firstly, I'm using this bookmark here, which Cerys from Library of Cerys has made, and so I will link this below. If you buy one of these bookmarks, all profits go to Black Lives Matter charities and to trans charities, and you can decide how much you would like to donate. And she also has like some pins and stuff which in the same thing, so definitely go and check them out because you can get a cool bookmark and also donate some money to a good cause. So check that out. On a very similar note, my friend Sian is doing a very similar thing. So she has made this beautiful bookmark, which is inspired by The Hate U Give, over on her Etsy. All profits for this bookmark go to the Black Legal Action Centre, which is a non-profit in Canada, in Ontario, because Sian is Canadian. And the Black Legal Action Centre is a non-profit which focuses on no and low income Black residents of Ontario and helps them get legal advice and legal services, which is really great. So here are 2 bookish things that you can buy, which all funds go to really, really good causes. So check those out. For now, I'm gonna read. I'll catch up with you. Hoping to get to page like 100-ish before pausing to phone Natalia, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted. I haven't checked in with you since the last thing I filmed was that I ate my Magnum. Riveting content, I know. Yeah, I haven't read since earlier. I FaceTimed Natalia and that was amazing. It was so lovely to chat with her face to face. That was really fun. And then made some dinner and just generally trying to organise a few bits for tomorrow. I'm planning on filming 6 videos tomorrow. I really don't think that's going to happen. But hopefully I will record some of them at least. So I'm just organising, researching bits and bobs so that it's ready, so that I'm not like, oh no, what was that, etc. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I do want to keep reading because I haven't read much for a readathon, like 50 pages. No, 70 pages, but it's still not a lot. I actually, I listened to some of You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson whilst making dinner, and that was really good. I really, really am loving that story. I love the friendships and the characters. They feel very organic and raw and very like they're having slight issues, but it's really natural, and like the way that they're dealing with it is really interesting. It's just, and like the softness between Liz and Mac is just, it's seriously just so good. It's just so soft and so, it's exactly what I wanted to listen to, you know, like it's so lovely. And also there's just so many really great discussions and interesting things that aren't talked about in books. For example, Liz's brother has sickle cell, which isn't something I'd ever really heard of. So I was researching that earlier and found an interview with Leah Johnson where she talks about the fact that she really wanted to include that because it disproportionately affects African Americans, and it's something that needs to be talked about more openly and honestly, just within fiction and stuff and in real life. And the way that it's interspersed throughout the story is just really interesting and really, really well done. And the way that like Liz worries about her brother, and yeah, I find it's just really good. It's really very honest and open discussions. I'm really liking it. So that's great. I'm going to listen to a bit more. I'm going to do some washing up. And then after that, I'm going to read that book there. There it is, not being read. I'll read that. Hello, it's gone 11 now-ish. I have no idea what the time is actually. And I listened to You Should See Me in a Crown whilst washing up, and it was just, it's so good. It's really nice. It's also really nice to listen to a really different book than the one I'm reading, like on audio. I get very confused if I'm listening to like a YA contemporary and reading physically a YA contemporary, but the books I'm reading are very different, so I like that. yeah, I'm gonna call this evening here and pick this up again tomorrow because I sleep with my phone downstairs now. So to like try and get me in the mindset of like bed when I'm in my bedroom, you know? So I am gonna read a bit more of this and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Goodbye. Good morning. This morning I have got up. I have showered. I've listened to some of You Should See Me in a Crown while I did my hair. And now I'm going to film some videos, so no reading yet. Well, some reading. I may film a little like as I'm filming because I've got Ben's phone to film on, so I have my phone. Yeah. I just thought I'd check in because I realised I don't know when I'm going to read today, you know. Oh God. I figured I'd just explain what I was doing. So I film with my phone, so I have to do like a little test shot and then go back round and then check that I'm in focus and in frame and stuff like that, because I don't want to use my front facing camera. And then this is me checking my notes for my book review that I filmed. Ooh, that will be out soon. Okay, bye. I'm finally settling down to read for a little bit. I finished filming videos for the day, filmed 3 videos in the end, not 6, but 3 is pretty good. So now I'm gonna chill, have a chill day, read, watch The West Wing, play some games. Wait, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Okay. Is it a good one? Oh no.
It's alright.
Okay.
Words that can be combined
Oh.
with the word paper.
Paper cut. No. Newspaper. Oh no. Oh my god, what? White paper? Like a white paper?
Sure.
Like in bills? I don't know. Torn paper. Oh my god. That was bad.
The darkness spoken. Go.
Okay. Frederick Backman, Elizabeth Acevedo, S.K. Lee, Lem Sisse, David Levithan, John Green, Hank Green, Aidan Thomas, Juno Dawson, Yasmin Rahman, oh my god, Alice Oseman, I just saw Zadie Smith, I'm gonna take that. Hello. I haven't checked in that much today. It's been quite busy. Oh, something in my eye. Yeah, it's been quite busy. I filmed lots of videos and then I had quite a chill day and I read a little bit, but I didn't read a lot. Yeah, the last day of the readathon didn't go great. But I'm planning on reading a lot more tomorrow to try and finish them, which I know technically doesn't count as part of the readathon, but it's just how my weekends worked out. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna go and read some more of Here Comes the Sun now. See, I'm really not that far in. However, I'm quite far into You Should See Me in a Crown and I'm just loving it so much. Also, I posted that I was listening to it on Instagram and then someone replied like, oh, how is it? And I was like, yeah, I'm really loving it. And they were like, okay, cool, I'm gonna buy it. And then they just bought it. And that's like the best thing ever. Literally, it was just so good, you know, when you know that a really good book has gone into someone's hands and it's just great. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna leave it here and I'll probably check in tomorrow with a like finalised wrap up. Yeah? Yeah. Bye. Hello. It's Monday. I forgot to film my wrap up, so I'm doing it now. So the Queer Blackathon went well. I didn't read quite as much as I wanted to, but it's just kind of the way it worked out, and I'm just going to continue obviously reading the books that I'm reading anyway. So yeah, so I'll go over the books. The first one that I was reading was Here Comes the Sun by Nicole Dennis Benn. I ended up reading 118 pages. Actually, for me, that's quite good. I'm not too fast of a reader, and so I think that's quite good. Also, I really don't want to rush this book. I didn't want to rush it just so I could say I'd finished it in the Queer Blackathon. I don't think I'll get as much out of it if I did that. It's very highly descriptive. It's really descriptive prose, and it also is written in Jamaican patois, which makes it slower to read, but also really good. So I definitely don't want to rush it. So I'm really liking it. It's very heavy, but very interesting. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working my way through that. I'll just continue reading it now that the Queer Blackathon is over, because read queer black books always. Yes. And so that's that one. And then the audiobook I was reading during the readathon is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, which I made a good dent in. I'd already started it, and I read a good chunk during the readathon, but I'm still reading it because I only listen to audiobooks in really specific times. I don't just sit down and listen to an audiobook, if you know what I mean. Like, I have to be doing something, so I listen when I'm washing up or when I'm tidying and that kind of thing. So they usually take me longer to get through. But I'm loving You Should See Me in a Crown. It is so good. It's just exactly the kind of things we need nowadays. Fluffy, cute, sapphic books that are actually diverse. They're not just white characters. They're a plethora of characters. The leading lady is a queer black woman, and it's just so good. And it's just cheesy YA as well, which is exactly what we need, because I think so often, and we're getting away from this slightly, but so often black books become issue books, and that's just not fair. Black people deserve to read about black joy as well, and You Should See Me in a Crown is a great example of that. Yeah, and it's queer, which is great. So yeah, those are the two books I was reading during the Queer Blackathon, and I'm excited to continue them both, and I'm excited to just continue discovering new books and reading. I'm about to read Pet by Akwaeke Emeze, which I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I'm co-reading that with a few friends, and I'm super excited because people keep saying it's really, really good and really blows them away. So I'm ready, I'm ready. I think that's about it for the readathon. I'm gonna leave some links below to Black Lives Matter and places where you can donate if you're able, and to sign petitions and things. It's really important to not let this slide and let this go. It's a very important thing to keep thinking about daily going forward. Me specifically, I've been looking into charities around in my community, black charities, queer charities, things like that I think really need supporting at the moment. So I would highly recommend you do the same. Take time out of your day to just research within your own community. It's important to research, to donate widely across global campaigns, but also make sure to look at things that are affecting your local community. And yeah, I think that wraps it up quite nicely. There's a spider. I don't really know what to do. Oh, it's coming near me. I'm gonna open the window. It's getting nearer and nearer to this sofa. Oh my god. It's coming nearer and nearer to me, so I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed taking part in the Queer Blackathon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'm terrified. I'm not even that scared of spiders, but it's like a scary looking spider. Also, that's just not true. I am scared of spiders. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in a new one. Bye. Oh my God.